We are back. Another explosive start, immediately breaking open those doors. This is going to be our final matchup between these two teams today. Silence on Killer, Dead Future on Survivor. And this is going to determine it all.
Immediately here, we saw our Blight had an aura reading on our Quentin here. That tells me that there is a Undying in play.
Undying? I don't know that it's going to save the survivors.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, man, I am a walking dad joke. I don't know what to tell you. I am a living meme.
You know, I got some dad jokes for you. I'll tell you later.
Running through main building, trying to find eyes on that Quentin again, but instead finding the Kate down very quickly at this tile, and that's going to be a great first hook. Quentin back in main building with Jake. It looks like they're already trying to get that center gen done, which feels like a fairly crucial thing to do whenever you're playing on this map.
But against a Blight, do you really want to get, is that really the first gen you want to get done?
That's a good question, Pally.
If I'm a Blight with that power, I'm probably avoiding main building at all costs. And we can see there is Ruin in play, which makes sense if there is Undying.
That's true. It is going to be a lot harder for our Killer to chase in this building. A lot more difficult to use their power. That's a really excellent point, actually. So note that for your pubs going forward. Keep that in mind.
I don't chase main building in any pub match. What do you mean?
Keeping an eye on this hook. It looks like our ace did spot a totem. Was going to go for it, but then backed off. I think thought the Killer was maybe going to be heading in their direction. Trying to touch that main gen.
One thing we didn't mention, and I don't know if you mentioned it, but we did see Corrupt at the beginning. Did not get the second stage.
Jake going down. That is going to be a trade, but sometimes it's what you got to do. Kate is off and running. She is also spotting a Hex Totem.
That's risky for a Blight going for a chase in main building on Chapel like that.
Yeah, that was a good hit, but Ace running him right back to main, but clipping him through the window. Not quite enough distance to make that happen.
That means right now, because the other survivor, they still got a gen done. Wow. I was going to say Ruin working overtime right now.
Yeah, this is tough. Only one survivor at full health. Got to pick up. Jake's still running here. Unfortunately, vaulting back into the Killer. A nice little mind game by our Blight. Oh, spotting the Kate right away and moving back over to her.
And
immediately going back down. That was a good fake out.
That's not a Kate.
That's a Zarina, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Hey, I saw the long blondish hair and I assumed that that was a Kate.
It's not even close to blonde. What do you mean?
It is blonde-ish. What are you talking about? That hair is blondish.
That couldn't be any more brown. What do you mean?
No, it looks blondish in some of the light. Hey, man.
Silly goose.
Look, you know what's funny is before you said anything. No, look, that totally looks like Kate with. Okay, so it is brown, but it looks like Kate with brown hair. Most of Zarina's hair is like shorter than that. So, hey, you know what? And she's wearing like a band t-shirt. It looks like Kate. This is the hill. And it looks like she's wearing cowboy boots. I die on this hill.
Does that mean Jeff with a ponytail and that shirt looks like Kate?
No, because Jeff has the male build thing. No, this is my hill. This is the hill I die on. Chat, I expect you all to weigh in here.
Listen. I'm just joshing you, okay?
See what I have to put up with, friends? That is going to be goodbye for our Zarina.
Yep.
Heading back to the campfire via the entity. We do
our
see
Blight
Quentin
having a much stronger game this round rather than last round.
Yeah, Quentin is down. Jake in chase. Heading over to that
It can't be understated the effect that Ruin is having right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely putting a lot of pressure on our survivors. to make difficult choices. Choices? I definitely just tried to say decisions and choices at the same time.
The choices, yep.
Putting our survivors in a place of making difficult choices about whether or not they sit gens or they get off and move. Because even though they've spotted those totems,
that's all she wrote. Wow.
Yeah. Blight is just so high pressure. Getting totems done can be really tough.
Yep.
This was a bloodbath. Holy moly.
And that's the thing, like one small minute play can make the difference between a bloodbath or a 4-out.
Yeah, that was intense.
Especially on a map like this with Blight.
Unless we see an unbreakable play somewhere here, I think this is the end. Now
we see 3 totems in Blight's point of view here. I wonder what the third one is. We know it's Ruin Undying.
Always. I mean, I feel like a lot of killers run Ruin Undying and Retribution together, so...
Well, Retribution's just good, you know, because you know if they go for your totems, at least you're going to get some value out of it once it's gone.
Yeah. Not able to find that Jake, but coming over and picking up that Quentin again. Looking for Jake. Oh, and there he is, hearing him in my right headphone.
Jake is a loud survivor.
Yeah, he is, unfortunately. Making sure no one has deliverance. And by no one, I mean Jinxie. Jinxie is the only one that they're worried about here.
Yep.
Holding off on this
our Blight does not trust it, not for a singular minute second.
And honestly, I feel like all CompTBD players play like they've been traumatized by the game. They don't trust anything. Yep. You know, it's like sometimes you have to let people in, guys. I know.
Oh, absolutely.
I know you've been burned, but sometimes you got to let folks in. Sometimes you got to let a nice, cute little Stegosaurus dweet into your heart.
There we go.
And there is that second stage. Still opting not to pick up. I wonder why? Is there not a hook in this area?
Maybe. Oh, there's
a hook over there. Adrenaline.
Oh.
Waiting out adrenaline in case they had it and they were going to go for hatch.
Oh, okay. Blight Nodders.
Blight Nodders is likely to make you sick.
Yep.
And with that, folks, that is going to be the end of set 3. And Silence ultimately coming through to win this matchup. 3 incredibly good sets, 2 wonderful teams, 1 strong winner.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you